Hi guys, welcome to our vlog.
Before we start, please mind no other tasks that may interrupt you as you try to engage and enjoy yourself with the lesson. This vlog will help you to understand quadratic equation and master the methods or ways for solving quadratic equation either by extracting the square root, factoring, completing the square, or by using quadratic formula. A quadratic equation in one variable is a mathematical sentence of degree 2 that can be written in the standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. The values of a, b, and c are the numerical coefficient of quadratic term, linear term, and constant term. This is the example of quadratic equation. Your quadratic term is ax squared, linear term is bx, and constant term is c. For example, the equation is written in standard form with 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 is equals to 0, where a is equals to 3, b is equals to 5, and c is equals to negative 2. Another example, 5x squared plus 7x minus 4 is equals to 0, where a is equals to 5, b is equals to 7, and c is equals to negative 4. 5x quantity x minus 4 equals 0. To write an equation in standard form, perform the necessary mathematical operation. I-multiply ang 5x sa x at negative 4. Ito ang tinatawag na distributive property of multiplication. 5x times x is equals to 5x squared. 5x times negative 4 is equals to negative 20x. Kaya ang standard form niya ay 5x squared minus 20x is equals to 0. Another example, quantity 4x plus 1 squared is equals to 0. Simplify the equation by multiplying the binomial by itself. Yung quantity 4x plus 1 squared, paghihiwalay mo siya. So, magiging quantity 4x plus 1 plus quantity 4x plus 1 is equals to 0. So, pag pinag-add na siya, magiging 16x squared plus 4x plus 4x plus 1 is equals to 0. Ipag-add mo lang yung magkaparehong may 4x. Pag pinag-add na yung dalawang 4x, magiging 16x squared plus 8x plus 1 is equals to 0 na siya. For example number 5, quantity x plus 3, quantity x minus 7 is equals to negative 12. Multiply the two binomials using the FOIL method and combine like terms whenever necessary. Remember, the FOIL meaning is F stands for first terms, O stands for outer terms, I stands for inner terms, and L is last terms. So, sa first term naman, x times x is equals to x squared. Isunod naman yung outer term, x times negative 7 is equals to negative 7x. Isunod naman ang inner term. So, 3 times x is equals to 3x. Dahil nga parehas naman ang negative 7x plus 3x, ay pagsasamahin natin sila. Negative 7x plus 3x is equals to negative 4x. At yung negative 12 naman ay ililipat natin siya sa sunod ng negative 21. Kaya magiging positive na siya at yung papalit mo naman doon ay 0. So magiging x squared minus 4x minus 21 plus 12 is equals to 0 na siya. Pero naging dalawa nga ang constant kaya pagsasamahan natin sila. So negative 21 plus 12 is equals to negative 9. Kaya ang kinalabasan niya na ay x squared minus 4x minus 9 is equals to 0. So, example number 6. Jenny asked her father to construct a rectangular stage for her presentation in school. She wanted her stage to have an area of 48 square feet. Suppose that the length of the stage is 2 feet longer than its width. What equation would represent the area of the stage? In the given situation, let x be the width, x plus 2 be the length, 48 square feet is area. Length times width is equals to area of a rectangle. So, kagaya lang din siya ng ginawa natin kanina. X times x is equals to x squared and x times 2 is equals to 2x. Tapos, ililipat mo naman yung 48 sa sunod ng 2x. So, magiging negative 48 na siya dahil nilipat mo. Kaya magiging x squared plus 2x minus 48 is equals to 0. So, let's try this activity. Identify the following quadratic equation. Write QE if it is quadratic equation and NQE if it is not. Okay, number 1, 2k minus 5 is equals to 0. Is it QE or NQE? So, it's NQE. Next naman, 2x squared minus 5 is equals to 0. So, it's QE. Next, W quantity 3W minus 4 is equals to 0. Is it quadratic equation or not? Yes, it is quadratic equation. Bakit naging quadratic equation? Kung gagawin mo siyang standard form, magiging quadratic equation siya dahil magkakaroon ng degree 2. So, 2.1 naman ay solving by extracting square root. So, ang equation natin ay x squared minus 100 equals 0. Itatranspose natin si 100. So, si 100 ay mapupunta sa right side. X squared minus 100 plus 100 equals 0 plus 100. Huwag kakalimutan pag nagtatranspose tayo, kung ang negative itatranspose natin, magiging positive. Pag ang positive ay magiging negative. Pag pinag-add mo si positive 100 at negative 100 ay magiging 0, kaya ang matitira ay x squared na lang. 0 plus 100 is equals to 100. So, x squared is equals to 100. Para matanggal si squared, need natin na mag-square root. So, square root of x squared is equals to positive negative square root of 100. So, si square root, lagay mo kay x squared pati na rin sa kabila niya, which is si 100. So, mawawala na yung squared. And si 100 naman is aalamin natin kung ano yung square root niya, which is 10. Kasi 10 times 10 is 100. So kapag nilagyan mo ng isang coefficient ng square root, automatically meron agad yun na plus negative sign. So meaning, it's either positive or negative. Kasi 10 times 10 is 100. And negative 10 times negative 10 is also equals to 100. 2.2. Solving by factoring. Another way of solving quadratic equation is by factoring. This method is applicable whenever the polynomial in the equation is factorable. The different factoring methods you've learned from grade 8 will be useful in this lesson. Below are the steps in solving quadratic equation by factoring. Example number 1. Find the roots of x squared is equals to 9x minus 18. So, x squared minus 9x plus 18 is equals to 9x minus 9x minus 18x plus 18. Write the equation in standard form by adding negative 9x and 18 on both sides. So, x squared minus 8x plus 18 is equals to 0. Then, factor the polynomial and set each factors equals to 0. So, x minus 6 is equals to 0 or x minus 3 is equals to 0. X is equals to 6 or x is equals to 3. Solve the equation in the previous step, therefore the roots are 6 and 3.
So now, let's proceed in solving by completing the square. Example number 1. Solve x squared minus 12x plus 35 is equals to 0 by completing the square. Step 1. Apply addition property of equality by adding negative 35 to both sides. So, magiging x squared minus 12 plus 35 minus 35 equals 0 plus negative 35. Step 2. Make x squared minus 12x a perfect square, trinomial by completing the square. Step 3. Factor the perfect square trinomial. X squared minus 12 plus 36 is equals to 1. Then express quantity x minus 6, quantity x minus 6 as a square binomial. Step 4. Use the square root property. Step 5. Simplify to find the roots. So the roots or solutions are 7 and 5. So this is the example of quadratic equation. As you can see, the formula to solve quadratic function is x is equals to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. So now, let's try this example. 2x squared minus 6x minus 8 is equals to 0. So now, after knowing the equation, we will find the value of ABC. The A is 2 and not 2x because x is not a number. And B is negative 6. Always tandaan na isama ang sign ng number. And sa C is negative 8. Then solve using the formula. And again, this is Module 1 Illustration of Quadratic Equations.